Rare Gems. I am Janita Pascal, your inspirational mindset shifter and the founder and managing director of G.P.A Inc., where we inspire intellectual innovation. Today, I am happy that you can join us here as my guest, Wayne, who is a mindset coach and business consultant, take you behind the win where we go beyond his cover story. Behind the win are experiences and or challenges that we all encounter. Those dreams and visions that we set out to accomplish can be greeted by many stumbling blocks, which often leave us questioning why. And often they allow us to go back to the drawing board to determine where should we turn next and how should we take those next steps. But nobody knows, as all they ever get to see is that cover story. That cover story that often leaves them questioning, why can't I get there too? Here, we speak to authors, doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, your everyday people, and many more as they inspire you by sharing their experiences and all the challenges that they encountered before basking in their winning season. Again, I want to thank you so much for joining us here as my guest joins us to share on how you can achieve your personal impossibilities. Hi, Wayne, and welcome to this platform.
Hey, Jeanette, it's great to be here. Looking forward to talking with you.
Nice to have you here with us today. And as we begin, on the lighter side, we'd like to get to know you a bit. So, if I were going along my merry way and happened to get stuck in an elevator and we had to introduce ourselves, who would you tell me Wayne is and what is he best known for?
So I would tell you that I'm an award-winning author, and I help people achieve their personal impossibles by providing unique solutions. My one chapter book series, which helps entrepreneurs solve business problems one chapter at a time.
One chapter book series.
Yeah.
Interesting. So many of us along our journeys, we view our goals as just a goal or perhaps something they wish they could accomplish.
Mhm.
And however, in your submission, you noted that, and I quote, I created my end goal as an event
Yeah.
that I wanted to experience. And I
Mhm.
found this approach to be very refreshing, inspiring, and interesting.
Mhm.
Tell us what's the preparation for this event and experience was like.
Yeah. So what I found was when you set things as just a goal, usually the goal is something material, like you want to have lots of money or you want to have a status. It's something that's kind of empty. So it's fulfilling just for a small amount of time, but it's not really fulfilling for a long period of time. So I realized, okay, I want to become an award-winning author. What does that look like? What's that experience going to be like? And I started to visualize really achieving that goal and then going on stage and receiving an award for writing. And I built that picture in my mind, and I built the event, who was going to be there, and what it was going to feel like to be there, and that became my GPS. So the goal was an event, so I knew exactly when I achieved that goal because I'm going to be at that event. Whereas when you say you want to have a certain amount of money, you get that money coming in, you don't really appreciate it because now you're thinking about, okay, now I want to make this next amount of money, but you don't ever have the gratitude for what you achieved, so the blessings don't keep coming. So if you want to keep the blessings coming, you have to celebrate the the event. So when you have an event, now you know exactly, okay, I've reached that. I can celebrate, feel gratitude for it, be happy about it. Then I can set a new goal.
That's a really interesting take, and perhaps that is something I we can all look forward to rather than just setting goals. Perhaps we should look at it from the perspective of an event
Mhm.
and look at it as something we can look forward to, something we can celebrate, and again, as you mentioned, something we can be grateful for. And I wanted to ask, as you prepared for this event and experience, and even as you walked through this event, were there any challenges you encountered? And How were you able to navigate the challenges?
Yeah, there's always challenges, and the beauty with the challenges is that it it gives you the experience and the skills and knowledge to be able to achieve it. So there's things that you don't know what to do. So basically, to become an award-winning writer, you don't just start out as an award-winning writer. So you have to write books. You got to learn how to promote those books. One of the things I had to learn was something I didn't want to do, which was speaking to people, speaking on stage, um, becoming a marketer for my book. I wanted to just write the books and people find them and read them and learn from them. And I found out that no, you have to actually get out of your comfort zone, learn this skill of speaking, and then get out there and tell people about the book and why they should read the book. So that was a big challenge for me. And it was a bit of a learning curve and a struggle. Um, but lucky for me, I had some natural talents in that, and I think when you have natural talents in something that you're doing, it makes it a lot easier to take those raw natural talents and then fine tune them and upgrade them. But the real challenge was really staying focused on that goal because it takes a long time, way longer than you think. Everybody wants everything to be quick, fast, easy, and they want to be perfect at it. Once you realize that no, you're going to make mistakes, and that's the way that you learn and grow and build your skills, and it's going to take a lot longer than you want. So you have to learn the art of patience. And so once I learned those things, that's how I was able to get to where I wanted. And the reason why is because I had that vision as an experience, and so I promised myself I was going to reach that, and no matter how long it took, I'm going to reach that. And so that was my GPS that would pull me through the hurdles and pull me through the struggles and motivate me when I wasn't motivated to stay focused on that goal, make sure that I reach that goal.
All right, and I like that you spoke about sometimes we all encounter those struggles. And for me, mine was similar, especially with this podcast. I always write blogs, I post them and I hide. I
Uh-huh.
never wanted to do a live video. I never wanted to come on social media and be visible.
Yeah.
And statistics show that 85% of those individuals who set out to accomplish those goals, sometimes it's not that they don't want to accomplish the goals, it's sometimes they are afraid of becoming, they're afraid of being seen, they're afraid of being visible, and sometimes that is because perhaps of fear or self doubt. And
Mhm.
from your experience, what do you think would contribute to that fear or self doubt, or what is the root cause of that?
So there's a few things. One of them is that you want to be perfect and not make any mistakes as soon as you start, and you think everybody's watching you. And so then you have this inner dialogue that says, "Oh, if you do this and you make a mistake or it doesn't work out, everybody's going to be looking at you." And what you don't realize is that nobody's watching you. Nobody even knows that you're doing anything. So when you're starting out, that's the best time to learn and to make those mistakes. So the root of self-doubt is really this inner dialogue that tells you that you can't do it, or you're crazy to think that you can do that, or you're not smart enough, you don't have enough skills. So that inner dialogue, you have to learn how to quiet that. And then the other problem that a lot of people make is they let everybody know what they're trying to do. And the less people that know, the more the farther you're going to go. Because once you start letting people know what you're trying to do, they're going to give you their opinions, and then that's going to become part of your dialogue too. And so this direction that you thought you should go in, it might change to this other direction, and that's not the direction you should have went. Is your first idea, and when you start changing it because of other people's opinions and their advice, then you end up going in a direction that you weren't inspired to go. And so that doubt just starts to build up more and more because it's not really aligned with what your initial idea was. That's I feel like the root of self doubt is the inner dialogue, and then letting too many people know what you're trying to do before you start doing it.
All right, and I agree because sometimes the perception of others can influence our thoughts, our behavioral patterns, and whether we actually accomplish our goals.
Yeah.
So, for those of us joining here today who would like to create that event and experience like you did, But
Mhm.
however, we are impacted by self doubt, again, fear, those limiting beliefs. What can we do to ensure that we address self doubt and continue on in our journey to achieve what we deem to be our personal impossibilities?
So the first thing you have to acknowledge is that we all have self doubt, and no matter how high you go, you're always going to have a portion of self doubt. So it's normal. It's okay to have some self doubt. How you address it is by experiencing things. So you try something out and you start to learn from it, and let be easy on yourself. Don't be so critical of yourself. Think of yourself as somebody else and say to yourself, would I say this to somebody else? Would I squash their dreams or be so harsh on them because they tried something and it didn't work out the first time they tried it? Realize that you don't know everything you need to know to be able to achieve that goal right now. But as you start to do things and you start to see these small wins and you celebrate those small wins, you're building up the confidence. And as you're building up that confidence, you're building up the belief. And as the belief builds, the self doubt starts to shrink. And you get to the point at eventually where you get to the belief without a doubt that you're going to achieve that goal. And that's part of your mission, is to get to that point where you believe without a doubt that you can achieve the goal. And now it's just a matter of how long it's going to take you to achieve that goal. But you have to allow yourself to be doubtful, but don't let doubt stop you. So do these little small steps, and each time you make a win, even if it's not a win that you're going to put on social media because nobody else cares, but for you, you've accomplished something. Even if it's something small, like you made your first video. It might not be your best video, but you finally made a video. You finally put yourself out there. You took a little chance. That's a big win for yourself, and you're going to learn from that and be able to get better at that. And as you get better, you build up that belief. And that's the whole point, is to believe what you imagine and to believe what you feel as the same thing. And that erases the self-doubt. And once you believe without a doubt, now you're ready to actually achieve your personal impossibles.
Right. And for those who would like to believe without a doubt and take those necessary steps, I see, especially within myself, that I tend to tap into a lot of self help material.
Mhm.
And here we're speaking more about your book. Could you share with us more about your award winning books and what we can look forward to, what readers can look forward to, especially for those who are seeking to purchase self help materials?
Yeah. So what I put in my books are the things that I've tried and they've either worked out for me or they haven't, or they've I found the solution, and so here's the struggle and here's what I did to get over that struggle. So each book it's all about mindset for success. It's about
Okay.
learning how to overcome these hurdles, like self-doubt, hurdles like, being a solopreneur, hurdles like, how do you start your business, and how do you have the duration, stick to it when it gets hard, stick to it when nobody else believes in you. How do you believe in yourself? So it's all of these tools and techniques and insight that's going to help you to get to your end goal, which is achieving your personal impossibles. So it's really books that they teach you something that I've done already. So I don't talk about things I haven't done. The only things that are in the book are things that I've done and I've been able to accomplish.
And right now, I believe that I'm in a masterclass. I'm learning so much. And if I wanted to learn more, where can I find your book?
So I would go to mindsetforsuccesstraining.com, which is my website, and I have links to my books there, and I have lots of videos, so you can get free training videos on there, and also there's a free download that you can get for the Unfair Advantage, my ebook that you can get it for free and read it. I'm also, all my books are on Amazon.
Oh, lovely.
Mhm.
And in the event that individuals wanted to connect to you, is it possible for them to send a message or where can they find you?
Yeah. Also, I'm very active on Instagram. So W.T. Hamilton on Instagram, and you can shoot me DMs, ask me questions, and we can interact on Instagram as well.
Oh, that's really nice. I Want to thank you so much for joining us here today. I was truly inspired and by this interview, and there were so many nuggets that I can take away, especially for someone who was impacted by self-doubt. And even sometimes I just say, I'm not going to do it. Perhaps I'm not good at it. It's not going to go well.
Mhm.
What if I fail? So I'm really happy. And I know that other members of the audience may be saying, hey, this is something I want to start. This is a goal that I want to put into action, but they're not able to really action that goal. So
Mhm.
perhaps we can look at different ways, like the one you utilized in your transformational journey, to ensure that we action those goals and those dreams and those visions, and we take advantage of all of the life opportunities that come our way. So, before you leave us, are there any last words that you would like to share?
Um, I would say that, if you get that idea, it's found you for a reason. Put some action into it and see where that goes. Because once you put some action into it, you're actually creating a new avenue for yourself, a new reality, and you're going to start to see how easily that thing is going to be if you put some self belief in it and put some action into it. So I think that is the way to really start moving in the direction of your dreams.
Nice. So, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining us here today. As you go forward with those goals, I want you to create that event that can give you one of the most remarkable life experiences. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you.